What up, guys? Eunhwa has been released, so it is time to get on with her showcase. I'm a bit more excited for this one because we can see Emma's full support. I guess both of them are full support. Real quick, let me show you guys. So we will be able to get this from Emma. This part, when I was doing her showcase, we couldn't really get this projectile explosion. And then, what is this? This basically makes it so that this is up more. Yeah, because it reduces the cooldown for 20 seconds, so it'll do every 10 seconds. It'll do this. Let's see. The only thing I'm not sure is if it'll sack. Probably not, because it'll just make it that it's constantly 3.9% more damage to the enemies, probably. But the real fun part is Eunhwa's thing. Let's see. What does she give again? I forgot. Oh, here we go. Projectile explosion, and then she gives true damage too. So if she gets Emma's thingy and the proc is this extra stuff, she'll get true damage. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna be missing out on this crit rate. And I believe Emma does crit damage. I'm gonna do 4 runs. I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna do Eunhwa by herself. I believe I should burst with Eunhwa. I'll do Eunhwa first, and then the next run without type advantage, I won't burst with her. I'll burst with Crown and see how that works. Now, this should actually be pretty nice. I was thinking, oh, it does show the effects. Here, let me switch to Emma actually right quick. I almost crit Crown right there. Whoops, from Force of Habit. Oh man. Okay, here. Yeah, oh nice. You can see with Emma's, it has her both. So I believe AS is Eunhwa's and LT is Emma's, I think. Let me check that actually. What is hers? Nope, not that one. LT, yeah. LT is Emma's, and then AS is... Okay, so we can see when it's activated. So everybody should be getting the max buffs. It's just... The only thing we're not getting is... Dang, I am kind of getting grief by the cooldown though. Anywho, the only thing that we are not getting is the... I guess we are getting it, but it's for both Emma and Eunhwa, not the whole team, right? Eunhwa is giving absolute members... What was it again? Crit rate? Yeah, it's crit rate. And then Emma's getting crit damage. So honestly, I was talking about how the overload rolls... Oh, fuck, I clicked Crown on accident. No! I'm griefing! My fault. God damn it. I was talking about how the overload gears are probably a bit boring. It's just going to be like elemental damage, and then ammo capacity. But actually, you probably want to sneak in some crit damage up with these units. Because they're giving themselves crit rate and crit damage, maybe putting that up would be pretty nice. Because then it's also true damage, so you're going to be looking pretty good. Now, I am kind of curious on Eunhwa's damage here. She is an attacker, and her burst does make it so that the enemy takes more damage, plus, I mean, it just does like a big blast and stuff. But, dang, I can't get my burst. Yeah, that cooldown is kind of grief. I mean, Eunhwa did some pretty nice damage, even though I cucked her on one burst. I mean, Emma's did not too bad either. 343. Dang it, I really wish I pulled some of them. I really shouldn't pull, though. I shouldn't go for them. We have anniversary around the corner, and I don't want to grief myself. Okay, so this one we will do Crown burst. We'll burst with Crown most of the time, so I'll just play on auto, and we should be good. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like in my initial Emma thoughts, I was thinking Emma wasn't the worst. It's just I feel like they could have gave her some cooldown by herself, maybe. But, that cooldown is a bit wonky, I will say. I feel like the mono fire team is going to be quite interesting, though, I must say. I think this team is probably what you want to run with all 3 of them, except either A, remove Asuka for, what's-her-face, the new Vestie, or B, you can also remove Crown for the new Vestie, because, honestly, I feel like I probably will try to run Asuka on that team for the extra core damage. Oh shit, let me swap to Eunhwa. It's her showcase, my bad. I got distracted. Yeah, I will probably use Asuka and Red Hood Rappy and Emma plus Eunhwa and then the Vestie. I think that will be the move. The only thing is, though, I am a bit interested to see if the bosses will ass blast me. Emma does heal relatively frequently. Like, look at, I'm pretty sure you can see it, right? The numbers popping up. Is that for everybody? Yeah, I mean, Emma's constantly taking some heal. Oh, no, I'm good. Emma's constantly taking some heal, so I think her sustain probably should be good enough, but I do want to test that and see how good it is. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait till I pull all 3 of them. Let's hope my anniversary summons are relatively good and I can pull these. Or we're just going to have to wait for the wish list to come in clutch. I mean, relatively the same. Eunhwa did a bit less damage, obviously, because I wasn't bursting with her, but Rappy did relatively the same, which is surprising because Eunhwa's burst... Oh, I can't click it on here. Eunhwa's burst makes the enemies take more damage, yeah? How much is that? By, again, let me quickly check. Let's see. Explosive round damage taken up. Oh wow, 28% for 10 seconds. Wow. But it was relatively the same. Okay. Very, very interesting. So all of this, the taking extra damage, was basically the same from Crown support. Very interesting. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the same thing, except I want to run Alice. I think. Realistically, I'd probably want to run like another rocket launcher because a lot of this is yeah, she gives charge damage too. So I would prefer to get like a sniper or someone who will benefit from the charge damage. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be running Alice here. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so this is what, without type advantage? Yeah. We'll go into here. Oh wait, let me do this without Eunhwa. You're right. Oh, but I won't be getting this, right? Charge damage. Blah 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 blah. No. Okay, I see. So if you're running Eunhwa by herself, she will give this to allies, the charge damage up. This is once you have Emma, you'll be able to get this extra stuff. Yada yada yada. Do I want to do this or do I want to do what I did before? I feel like this is fine. We'll do this and see how this goes. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. This probably should be a bit cleaner. I don't know. Having CDR makes your bursts way too, like, easy, if that makes any sense. It just makes it so free to go back and forth. I don't know. It kind of feels a bit wonky when you don't have cooldown to go, like, back and forth between bursts. It's kind of weird. It feels a bit smooth. Essentially, it just makes it more smoother, I think is the word I was looking for. But we'll see. I mean, Alice is getting a bit more charge damage, so we'll see how this works. Interesting. I don't think it resets like Eunhwa's thing. If she's getting a charge shot and then you burst, I think it keeps the charge. Oh, let me actually see if I can time this right. Come on, Alice. Or not Alice, Siren. Let's see if I can time this right. Hold up. I think it worked. I think it kept the charge. I can't really see. It changes the screen, I think. Because I think what it does is, because it says swap weapons, right? So I believe it's coded in a way where it swaps to like a rocket launcher and does that. But I mean, it's basically the same thing. Yeah. I think it does kind of swap to rocket launcher-ish. But I mean, it's not that transparent because it is just one shot that she gets. And it is pretty quick, so I'm not sure. Let's see. You know, I was saying that from the details, if you want to go for one, maybe only go for Eunhwa. Maybe not. Because I was probably confused on what exactly she did. It looks like the only thing she really gives is that charge damage if she's by herself. Which I think Emma... What does she give by herself again? I think it was projectile explosion, correct? Yeah, I mean, Rappy Red did a little bit less damage. I think definitely running both is the move. Yeah, I don't know if you'll get much value out of Eunhwa by herself. Let me quickly double check. So Eunhwa, or not Eunhwa, her. She gives, I think it was projectile up, right? Yeah. If she's by herself, she'll give this up, and I mean, I guess she'll give this for absolute, but like, what? This is gonna count for herself if you're using her by herself, so I don't think that matters at all. Let's just do the same thing. Fuck it. Or what I could do is I can do some trolling, and I could put in volume to get the crit damage up. I probably won't. Actually, what other fire units probably be nice with that? charge damage up. I mean, the only real things that get buffed with charge damage is like snipers and rocket launchers, yeah? Ah, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this. Dang it, okay, So maybe Vesti, if you're going for 1 out of the 3, maybe Vesti is definitely the move. Fuck. I guess this is kind of all a prelude until Vesti comes out, right? Because these 2 units are, you know, all the buffs will be active on Vesti, so she's gonna hit like a truck. She's gonna get, what is it, true damage, she's gonna get all this crit rate and crit damage up. She's gonna get, what else? I mean, I guess she's just gonna get value out of the enemies taking more damage, because both of them, I'm pretty sure, have that effect. I think this is nice, though. I feel like they should do this for a lot of other units, so at least it's easier to see when stuff is active. Oops. Oh, let me put this on auto, actually. This would be easier. But, like, having this effect on the screen where you can see that, oh, she's in AS formation, I think this would be really nice moving forward, especially for, like, units that have, like, specific procs in their kit. I don't know, making something easy like this that's like, oh, they have AS formation up or whatever, and then you're like, okay, so the buffs are up for, I don't know, Vesti. Vesti has all of this stuff, so you can know she hits harder or something, I don't know. Having something like that was probably for the best. Granted, they probably need to watch that, because imagine in the future it gets too much where every 5 unit has their own thingy like this, and it's just stacking up the screen. I think that'd be pretty funny. Though, all things considered. I will say, for I mean, I guess she is an attacker, right? But for a burst 2, she is doing a decent amount of damage. I don't think she does as much damage as, like, Mari, the Evangelion burst 2. Especially in the electric team, I feel like Mari goes crazy on there, but I think she doesn't do too bad, all things considered. Let's see. I mean, yeah, she kept up with... She did more than Siren, especially since this team isn't really built around her. How much is that? 180? Oh, no, it's 109. I was about to say, damn, she almost kept up with Asuka, too. She doubled Alice's damage, well, even though Alice wasn't really bursting. Ooh, maybe I should have been bursting with Alice this whole time. Ooh, actually, yeah, let me do one more, and let me make Alice the main burster. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? I said Alice was gonna get the charge damage up. Yeah. Let me do one more, okay? This will be the last one, and then we can end this here. Oh man, this is just teasing me even more. I think the Vesti one is gonna be really, really nice. Oh, I think this Vesti's gonna go crazy. Which is actually very nice. Considering these are regular units that get put in the pool, they really, you know, locked in and actually did something fucking good for once. I was really, really scared that these units were gonna be like fucking Sora 2.0 or like K 2.0. I guess K isn't the worst, but like, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, the best thing I said about K in her showcase was like, okay, she's a really, really nice buff to Summer Anis, which is like awesome, you know, cool. I don't think we needed another option for the electric team, but they were like, here you guys go, K. So that's pretty cool, I think. I still think the electric team is probably, like, I don't know, good for at least a bit. I mean, I guess if they're gonna release something for Electro Team, I would say a Burst 2 that kind of is mini Madi or a bit better than Madi. Because, you know, Madi is limited, so I imagine a lot of people didn't get her, especially if they weren't playing around that time. Granted, if they were playing around that time, I mean, I probably would have said go only for Madi since she's... Or either that or Asuka. Actually, would I say go for Asuka instead? I think Madi is probably better overall in like other events, but I mean, Asuka's still pretty good with her support. And a lot of the fire units fucking cook with that core damage up support that Asuka has. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But I do enjoy that these guys made at least these units very, very nice. Alright, let's see. Oh, Eunhwa was doing... Wait, Eunhwa did way more damage this time. Yo, hold up. Wait, what the fuck? What changed? Does Alice give something in her things? I don't think so. I thought Alice only gave stuff for her. For her, like, for herself, that is. Yeah, affects self. Or did this just proc on Eunhwa now for some reason? I guess this is pretty nice. Granted, I don't think this procs on Eunhwa, right? This says 2 allies with the highest final attack. I don't know if Eunhwa counted towards this, but yeah, I don't know. Why did she do more damage there? That was weird. Anyways, I think that's it. Unfortunately, I didn't pull for them, so it's not like I can go into a boss and check them out. I will probably save that for the all 3. Once I pull all of them, I will do another video on this, and I guess I'll try to go a bit more in-depth with that absolute team. I already have the title and everything figured out in my head. Alright, anywho, let us go over the stuff here. Oh yeah, I have to go in here. Where is she? I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a bit of intrusive thoughts to go for her, though, I will say, because of the free skin that they're gonna give out for her. Oh, I kind of want it. I kind of want to display it on my thingy already, unfortunately. Oops, I didn't want to go there. Let me go... Fuck, where would I... No, I think I was in this screen with Emma. I just don't want to have something different. Anywho, for her overload gear, I would probably say... Probably go the same as Emma. Definitely the elemental damage up. I mean, this full team is basically going to be all fire, right? So I think... getting more elemental damage to essentially destroy any iron boss that they release is probably the thing you want. And then, I mean, definitely attack up. Attack whip is a no-brainer. It's kind of boring, but it is very, very good. And honestly, I do think going for the crit rate, or not crit rate, crit damage. I mean, maybe crit rate wouldn't be the worst, but maybe crit rate for Emma would be probably better. And then Eunhwa, you probably want to go crit damage. She gives herself crit rate, but she'll be getting extra crit damage from Emma. So maybe, I mean, maybe a mixture of both wouldn't be the worst. Because, I mean, she does do some damage, especially if you're using her as the burst too. I mean, this does do some damage, and then it will make the enemy take more damage. So there is value in having her as the main burster, right? And not leaving her on the side. I guess I didn't really pay attention to this stuff, but I mean, this will be nice for her to not get destroyed. Which is really nice, actually. If you'll keep a burst 1 alive, or your burst 1 is actually pretty valuable, and it doesn't die instantly, like, I don't know, it's like Tia, where she taunts and she'll die by the end of the combat. This will at least keep her alive, so that you'll never be like, oh fuck, I'm missing a burst 2, I can't full burst anymore, I'm just gonna kill myself, you know what I mean? But I think once all 3 of them comes out, we'll definitely see how that team goes. I think these aren't the worst supports for Rappy Red Hood, right? Rappy is gonna get a lot of stuff from this projectile explosion damage for her like empowered auto thingy. That is very, very valuable. And plus they're giving her true damage. I don't think she went the craziest, especially compared to, like, I don't know, putting on the Siren team so that she can give Siren the dot damage from the ammo dump thingy she has in her kit. But, like, against a fire-only boss, this only fire team wouldn't be the worst. And it is a nice option to have, you know? In case, I mean, both of them are pilgrims, so if you want to kind of run Rappy at max power, I think this is not the worst substitute for, like, oh, say if you don't have Siren, or if you don't have Crown. I think running these two wouldn't be the worst. I will say, I'm not really sure how their util comes into play. I think Emma's healing probably should be enough to keep everybody alive, but I am not sure, and I'm not gonna put any words out there that I can't you know, keep. Anywho, probably those 3 for her overload gear would be pretty good, but for the most part, I think that is it. We just gotta wait for Vesti and see how Vesti performs. I think probably Vesti will probably be the best out of the 3, especially by themselves. I think this part of Eunhwa's passive, and then the other part of Emma's passive is just way too valuable to just leave this off the table. Especially this. I mean, I feel like this one is a bit better. This gives projectile damage up and true damage. What does Emma's give? Does it give true damage up as well? Fuck, I forgot. Where is she? There she is. Alright, what is this? No, I think what it does is just makes it proc her own, right? Oh no, it does give true damage though. Explosion damage. Okay, never mind. It gives exactly what Eunhwa does, plus it makes her skill 1 more frequent. What does hers give again? Basically the same thing plus what else? Oh, that's it. Interesting. So I guess they gave Eunhwa less from Emma, but they give Emma more from Eunhwa, if that makes any sense. Granted, the only thing that's missing, I guess, is just this. Yeah, unlike Emma, Eunhwa gets like this tacked on, but you don't need Emma to run this. Interesting. Okay, well, I think that is it, though. I probably would say not to summon. Anniversary is, I mean, I wouldn't say around the corner, but it is at the start of November, and that is closing in, so, I mean, I would recommend starting to save now. And also, these units are going to be put on the wish list when they go away, that is. So, I would probably recommend pray to the wish list gods and get them from there. Because, I mean, if you're going to go for one, probably Vesti, I definitely think the other two need the other, if that makes sense. If you're going to go for Emma, I feel like you're going to want to get Eunhwa. If you're going to go for Eunhwa, I mean, missing out on Emma is kind of grief, which, I mean, then pulling both and then going for Vesti is definitely going to grief your funds, unless you get really, really lucky for the anniversary, right? And I would just say just wait till then. Try to get your wish list, put them on there, and then get them then. Because, I mean, I don't know. It is kind of great. It is 3 banners. I know that it's the regular rate, so it's a 2%. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I don't think I can recommend summoning, especially with anniversary not too far. I think try to save up your ordinary recruits, and then when they get put in the wish list, go for them there. Granted, my fucking Elysion wish list is full. Once they get into the wish list system, it's just going to be those 3, and then Sora and Arcana, who I haven't gotten yet. So all of the fucking new units that came out this year are like all Elysion, and they're just going to be clogging my wish list thingy until I got all 5 of them, actually. But, oh, well. I don't think she did the worst there. I probably would put her above Eva, maybe? I don't know. Emma did have the heal, right? And she did take more damage. I think if you're going to use both of them, I think Emma might be a bit better. Granted, Eunhwa does do more damage since she's an attacker, so there is some value out of that. Squeezing some extra attack, especially if you can take the damage, is not the worst, especially against some bossing. So very, very interesting. Let me actually quickly check before I leave. The interception boss that is weak to fire is who? Who's this guy? No, not this guy. It's Indivilla, right? Yeah, Indivilla is the boss weak to fire. Okay, so when I go through him, I'll do an Indivilla run, and we'll see how that goes. Very, very interesting. Okay, so this isn't too bad. I believe both of them are actually pretty good. It's a nice substitution if you want to give Rappy Red Hood support. I do believe Rappy Red Hood isn't the worst on this type of absolute team. And if you can spare, I would say bring an Asuka, because they'll give bonus core damage to everybody, which would be very, very nice. The only thing is, I don't think you're going to be able to proc the shield part of Asuka's kit, right? Goddamn, I'm getting sidetracked, but... Oh, I need to fix Asuka's thing. Yeah. If she gets a shield, she'll get this up. I think this only gives it to herself. Yeah, only gives it to herself, but... At the very least, she will be getting this constantly from Emma. Emma will give her this for sure. So she'll basically just have this attack up for free, which is very nice. So I feel like those two, plus the 3 absolute units, will probably be a really, really nice fire team for bossing in the future. I'll definitely have to check that out. Unfortunately, I feel like the next boss is definitely going to be weak to fire. The next solar raid, that is. And I probably won't have all 3 of them by then. So unfortunately, I have to wait till the next fire weak boss comes out. But we will have to wait and see. Alright, well, that was actually more entertaining than the Emma's by herself, I'm not going to lie. But now we gotta wait for Vesti, and I feel like that will be pretty nice. I am, unfortunately, putting very, very high hopes on Vesti, but I believe she can deliver, so I guess we will have to wait and see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Eunhwa with and without Emma, and also let me know if you guys went for her. Personally, I didn't go for her because I'm saving for her anniversary, but if you want to go for Eunhwa because you're a fan of her, go ahead, right? It is your stuff after all. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all that stuff, and I will catch you guys later.